Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo.
Hey, what's going on, my jewels and gems? This is your girl Keisha coming back with another video. So this video is going to be about FBG DUCK. He's a young rapper, 26 years old. His birth name is Carlton Weekly, and he was gunned down. He was murdered in broad daylight in Chicago, in his hometown, born and raised, at 4:37 p.m. shopping with two other friends, minding his own damn business. Let me start off by saying this. Chicago have a serious spirit of death. Just death angels up and down, rampant in Chicago. I just want to put that out there. And I don't know if you guys noticed that. Is it just me? Am I tripping? But there's been a lot of death in Chicago and real young. Even babies are not even surviving out there. So FBG DUCK, he made headlines, and his story went viral of his murder. He was shopping with two friends in an upscale, let me say this again, an upscale part in Chicago, Gold Coast. Two cars came out of nowhere, sprayed him up. Him and his two other friends. And one is in critical condition. Hopefully he heals and he get back on his feet. Police believe that this is stemmed to his song that he made, dissing his rivals. But they weren't alive. These are dead rivals. Dead enemies. So police are putting things together and strongly believe that that is the reason behind this murder. And many other people believe so too. I was listening to one of his songs the other day, but I didn't listen to that song, Dead Bitches. I only listened to OK. I actually saw the video on YouTube, and it's actually a nice song. I liked it. It was pretty, inspirational and more motivating. I liked it. That's a song that I could rock with. But the Dead Bitches song, I'm cool on that. That's one thing with me. Enemy or not, I don't go hard and go in on the dead, because they're not here to defend themselves. They're not alive to speak up and defend themselves. So that's one thing for me personally. I don't get pleasure in doing that. I tell you how I feel about you if it's necessary to your face, and we're going to end it right there. But police are believing that's what led up to his death. 26 years old, gunned down in broad daylight, left behind children. Now children will not even know. They know their father, but they wouldn't even grow up with their dad. So he's missing out on moments when his child can graduate school. Or is going to graduate school, find love, get married, have children. Never will get to hold his first grandchild. And this all stemmed from a song. I understand disrespect is disrespect. But when you feel you have to take it to the point where you have to annihilate somebody, you just wipe them off the face of this earth just like that. You gotta think about that. You gotta question that. I have a question. Wasn't that created to protect the community? I thought it was to protect the community. How did gangs get so vicious, so vile? Super lacking in moral compass, where you just kill anybody for colors, for street cred, for likes, for fame, for it's just ridiculous. So when you rapping, you claiming bodies, that's nothing cute about that. But the sad thing is, you have young kids growing up thinking that's cute, thinking that that's peaches and cream. No, it's not sweet, it's not pretty, it's not cute. There's nothing nice about you bragging about taking someone's life, especially someone that looks just like you. How you get up in the morning, or get up whatever time of day you get up, and could look at your reflection and just take him out just like that. Blast his head off with no remorse, no regret. Don't even care if this man had a family, had children. Where did it get this bad that you guys can't even sit down and dialogue, converse with one another? Why can't y'all just duke it out? If it's that bad, oh no, he want disrespect, I gotta whip his behind. I gotta tap that butt. You not gotta put him in his place. But why, when you gotta put someone in their place, you gotta put them in a grave? What is that serving? A mother or father should never have to bury their child. Period. That's the opposite way around. But today, it's like you got a lot of parents burying their children. This glorifying of this gang culture and this drug culture needs to stop. This been going on for way too long, and this generation needs a great intervention, because what's going on ain't nothing helping right now. This is unbelievable. Some people feel like he's not that FBG DUCK is not innocent because that's the lifestyle that he lived. And yes, when you live a certain lifestyle, you have to understand there's consequences that come with that lifestyle. There's consequences that come with that gang lifestyle. And even when you want to leave it, it comes back to you eventually. A lot of times it comes back to you. Now there's some people who make it out and could actually live and have longevity in their life. Like they're able to have a nice long lifespan and grow old. Can see some wrinkles on their face. Dudes are barely even hitting puberty, and their life is doomed already. What is it going to take? What's going to end all this crime? You have that much hate for each other that you guys can't even talk it out. You can't even look your brother in the eyes and just talk it out. Everything has to be a shootout. What's going on here? There is a strong, now this is me. This is how I feel. I can't speak for everybody. But I believe in my heart, that there is a strong spiritual disconnect within the Black community. The hate that we have for one another. So disturbing. So disturbing. Now there's other cultures and there's other groups of people that have beef with each other too. They have issues with one another too as well. I'm not saying the other groups are innocent. But murder from left to right. You can't even let a person breathe and be like, okay, he's with people, or worse yet, he's with his family, he's with his child. And you can gun him down cold-heartedly just like that, and then hit other people who had nothing to do with it. Mind you, you're not just hitting him, you hitting other people too that was not who weren't the initial people that you had problems with. But because your blood, your soul yearns to kill and hurt and just destroy this person, you don't give a damn who is affected by it. That's evil. Now that's a cold mother sucker. That's cold and evil as hell. And we need less people on this earth like that. Because that is very traumatizing and very dangerous for other people in the community. Now you have two activists, Jamal Green and Manessa. They're two civil rights activists based in Chicago, and they are speaking up and are warning the residents, in Chicago to please be safe, please be careful, because why? Possible retaliation. Yeah, possible retaliation. You know how that go. It go right back to Nipsey Hussle too, when after he was murdered. How many shootings were there after he died? So body after body after body after body, just going straight to the morgue. It's a shame, man. It's a damn shame that it has to get this bad. So now, I'm sure people know who did it or have an idea who did it. You think people are going to say something? You think anybody going to step forward? No, not really. I won't be surprised. And you could understand, because they don't want to be a target themselves. They don't want to be in a casket. They don't want to be in the hospital. And they don't want that for their loved ones. I get it. But when is a community going to band together, become like-minded, have meetings, and say, no more of this? No more terrorizing in my neighborhood. Anybody caught terrorizing in their own neighborhood will get dealt with. And it does not have to be them getting killed. There could be other ways to bring about justice and bring about correction. So there was 4 people that jumped out of a car. There was 2 cars, 4 people, two out of each car jumped out and just started blasting, spraying bullets all over the place. And they were from a gang called Black Disciples. I think I've heard of them before. Yeah, I've heard of Gangster Disciples, but I wasn't really too sure about Black Disciples. But FBG DUCK, he was affiliated and a part of Gangster Disciple, and then his rivals were part of Black Disciples. So I just did a little bit of research and about the song Dead Bitches, and like I feel, and to me it makes sense, but police are also stating too that they strongly believe that the reason behind his murder was because of that song he released about 3 weeks ago, which is, you know, Dead Biatches. So this is a small snippet of the lyrics that were in the song. It says, said I was not going to diss the dead, and okay, I did it, but nigga FT Roy and OD, them dead biatches. So the name, I'm like, who is T Roy? Who is OD? So OD in the song, he refers to OD is referred to OD Perry. That was also a gang member, but from the Black Disciples. He also was murdered, 20 years old, back in 2011. Yeah, he was a Black Disciple member who was shot dead in 2011. Just months after the killing of Gangster Disciple member Chandel Toka Gregory, 15 years old. And this young kid, he's also a teenager. He was part of Gregory. He was part of the gang that FBG was part of. So Gregory was close friends with Jakira Barnes, then aged 13 years old, who later became known as the most notorious female gangbanger in U.S. history. I never heard of her before. That's crazy. She was believed to have murdered 20 people. She then was shot dead at 17 years old in 2019, and she was linked to killing Perry, but she was never charged for the crime. The Black Disciples gang later named one of their factions O Block after OD Perry, and their rivals dubbed a faction of Gangster Disciples, Tocqueville, in Gregory's honor. FBG DUCK was a teen when Perry and Gregory were killed nearly a decade ago. He later joined Tocqueville faction. The other name involved in his rap, T Roy, refers to the name T Roy Johnson. James T Roy Johnson. He was an alleged member of O Block faction. and the Black Disciples, that's OBG's rival gang members. He was fatally shot in the chest on his way to the store on the south side of Chicago in February of 2017. I'm sure he was young as hell too. Lord have mercy. So the activist also spoke out and was highly upset and was outraged because those police took way too long to get there, one. Two, when they got there, they barely assist him. I didn't see the video. I didn't click on the video, but I could see FBG DUCK kind of like trying to rise up a little bit to kind of like help him. Like he really was struggling. Like I could tell he was struggling, clinging on to their life. He didn't even make it. He didn't even make it to the hospital. He died before he even arrived at the hospital. He died before he arrived at the hospital. The police were just like, you know, they weren't even doing much at all. So when the activist Jamal Green spoke out, it was very offended and very upset about that, because you could have possibly, like, you know, did something. If you did something differently, he may have probably would have survived. But no, you took too damn long, one, and two, you know, you didn't even assist. You barely would, because of COVID, Corona. You didn't want to touch nobody because of Corona, huh? Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. So now he's saying that they possibly have suspects, because there are people, the alleged suspects are on social media bragging about killing FBG DUCK. This sounds familiar. It's so crazy that a body count is just so important. That is part of your street cred. That means more to you than brotherhood, than fellowship, than building, than growing with people in your community, raising up little prince and princesses to be royalty, to carry themselves as royalty. Taking a life, snatching a life is way more important. So there's been the alleged killers have been bragging. So one of the activists were saying, Mr. Green wants police to pick them up and arrest them and to interrogate them and investigate. So we will have to see this more to this story. But this is really sad, and it's so disgusting how far things have gone. That the hate amongst us in the community is so deep, and it's just so deeply rooted. To change it on our own, I don't even know if that's even possible. It is really sad, and condolences to his family. His kids, it's unfortunate they lost their father. No moral compass, no heart, no consideration, no, just kill is on the mind. Just killing somebody on a disrespect means to killing and taking a life. And you sleep good at night? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I can't even. It's disgusting. I mean, did he live the perfect life where he was like this righteous, you know, no one is perfect. We all make mistakes. But when you live a certain lifestyle, gang banging, dealing, you have to understand there's consequences behind that. You cannot be shocked and surprised when something come back to get you, to bite you. You know, you live a certain lifestyle, you have to understand it will come back to get you. Now, there's people who don't participate in that lifestyle. They go to school, or they work, or they do what they got to do in life, and they still can die. They still can get murdered. So anything could happen to anybody. That is true. But it's almost definite when you choose to live a lifestyle, you know it only leads to destruction. It only leads to destruction. When you choose a particular lifestyle, it is not surprising when certain things happen to you. Rest in peace to him. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's been a lot of killings, man. A lot of killings. Something definitely got to change. And the community got to band together. Protect one another. Stop this, oh, you in it for yourself. That, come on. It's bigger than you. You guys are one. You guys are one. You guys should be like this. You guys live in the same neighborhood. You guys see each other all the time. Like, what the hell? Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment if you want. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next video. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo.